This is one effective way you can monetize what your art, even as a beginner artist today. But apparently, what they mean is if you actually interact with the four buttons by your right hand side, as you share, you like, you comment, and whatsoever, that TikTok knows that you're a creator that also wants to go viral. You're not just someone who doom scrolls. So practically it means when you interact with it, TikTok sees you as another creator and they push out your content more. So well, whatever that works. But this is the reason for this video. I want to tell you, or I want to show you four ways, I use the term four simplified ways at which you can monetize your art. Whether it's This is specifically for my art people, but it can work for any kind of niche, however you want to go, but this is specifically for art people. Now, number one is actually um selling commissions, doing commissions. Now commissions are is like when someone sees your work on social media, whichever platform, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, then they see your drawings, they love your drawings, then I say, oh, and then they now chat you up, give you a DM and say, okay, oh, Alex, can you help me draw my dog? Can you help me draw my friend? Can you help me draw my dad? Then you say, okay, I can do so for a so amount of money, for so fee, and the person pays you, you get their job done, and you give them. And the disadvantage is this: it's not an original work, so you cannot keep it to yourself. You can only have maybe a video or a picture of it for reference later. You get me? But you are able to what? Once you give it to them, that's done. The business transaction is done. All right. This is one effective way you can monetize what your art, even as a beginner artist today. There are people, in as much as you might feel like your drawings are not so good yet, but there are still people who will pay you for it. Trust me, that's one. Now, number two is actually selling prints and mock-ups. What do I mean by selling prints and mock-ups? Prints and mock-ups, they're like, first of all, you actually have to have an original drawing before prints and mock-ups actually matter, because one, when people see your artworks, your original artworks, one, an artwork which you have poured your heart into and you've made it so realistic that people actually want to have a copy of what you have. So they want to have a copy of that artwork, that drawing, and to them. So once you are able to do that, once they tell you, okay, I need a print, then you, what do you now do? You take an original work, that is, you print it out. It's not going to be the original one, but it's still going to be one that is an exact replica of the original artwork, and then you ship it out to them, or you frame it and send it out to them. That is another way to monetize, and it's very effective, meaning you still have your original work. You can have 20 prints of your artwork depending on how you market your work or how many people want them, then you ship it out to them. And there are also mock-ups where you can print out the drawings, that is your drawings, you can print it out on a shirt. Personally, I like a sweater, right? So print it out on a sweater and it will just be there, and it will give it beautiful, a very beautiful design. And people might not, now that's one way, or that's something that I can tell you, people might not really want your artwork, like they might not really want the frame, but they would love it on a shirt. Yes, they will love it on a cup. I'm telling you, very funny. Everyone have their preferences, so you just have to know which one aligns with your client, and you give them that. Number three is actually selling an original artwork, but this is where you actually have to know your own value, because if you it dependent, you have to have a good artwork to be able to sell it at a good price. Yes, I know there are people who sell. There's this one. There are people who sell banana with tape on it at millions of dollars. Yes, they've gotten to that place. They have so put their art career. They have put their art career where they're able to meet clients of that caliber. But for now, you are building yourself, so you need something that stands out. Your art has to stand out. Your drawings have to stand out. There has to be something spectacular. There has to be something special about you. And if there's not, if you are just like every other person out there, no one will see your work to be valuable enough. I had somebody texted me once, and they said, Alex, whenever they see my drawings, they know it's mine. And it was awesome to hear that, because someone can distinctively tell your drawings. Personally, when I have a smooth blending, or my art people, like for this drawing now, when I have a smooth blending around When it's smooth blending, I'm not really comfortable until I'm able to bring out those skin pores. I love hyper realistic art a lot. But for some artists, it's not so. They can actually give smooth blending and give you the best work they can. But if they are to do this, they might ruin their work. It's just depending on what you have, or depending on what you are good at, right? And when you get this artist one, you take them to what exhibitions. That is this is where you sell your original works. You take them to exhibitions, to clients who can actually know the value of your artworks. Then once they know the value of your artworks, then they can be able to pay you according to what the value of your art. So meaning you have to you actually have to get good at what you do. Your drawings have to be good before anyone will pay for it, and they have to have meaning. Art art has so much meaning within it. They have to be able to tell what your picture or whatever picture you're trying to place before them, what does it mean, right? What sentimental meaning does it have? I believe that's actually what sells art more, not just the picture itself. What sentimental meaning does it have? And finally, the last one, tutoring. Now, there are several people who might not want your work. They might not want a frame. They might not this one, but there are several people who will actually pay you to teach them how to do what you do. You are good at what you do. You are an awesome artist. You are good. It just goes to tell that there is somebody who is lesser than you who would want to learn from you. And you can testify, and if you search within yourself, you know that if you were able to pay another person, you would be willing to pay another person who is better than you to learn more from them. So it goes vice versa. If you would be willing to if you would be willing to pay someone else, right, to learn from them, don't you think someone else will be willing to pay you to learn from you? And speaking of tutoring, all right, so there are several students which I have built, which I have taught them, which I have brought from what the beginner stage, or how will I put it, from zero to a level of art where they are able to be proud of their work. If you are willing, or if you are one of those people who intend to actually take your art skill to the next level, all right, you can give me a DM, you join one of them, join my I'm so sorry. And give me a DM, join my online class, and you will be able to actually improve your artworks from the little. I simplify them to a point where it is relatable to the layman, to the common man, as in very relatable classes where you are able to learn from scratch to an advanced level if you are interested. And that will be that. So like I said, people would want to learn from you. People want to learn from you, no matter what it is. You just have to have a course that is quite accommodating to everyone. Simple.